Craig, if you don't mind, I might take about 30 seconds here to ask this question because I want to lay it out to you because I just want to get your opinion on everything here. And it's going to be about the offense. First and foremost, I think the Eagles' offensive scheme is completely broken. Again, I know Adam alludes to it all the time, and I think he's absolutely right that the wide receivers are running just comeback routes and go routes. There really seems to be nothing across the middle of the field. And I know that could be a Jalen Hurts preference or whatnot. But like the Detroit touchdown with Jamison Williams, I can't recall the last time the Eagles had a play like that that resulted in any yardage with a wide receiver running and getting yards after the catch that hasn't been an over the top throw. But what I will say to this is, and that could be diagnosed whichever way you want, but what tells me that they're fundamentally not thinking clearly on offense is anytime I see Grant Calcaterra and Kylan Granson on the field and the run game and their idea that if we put these two tight ends on the field who have no earthly idea how to block and think that that's going to help solve the run game. And I know Al alluded to this last week about, or 2 weeks ago, about running out of 11 personnel. What pissed me off the most is we also have another guy on the roster. His name's Cameron Latu. And in the one snap that he had in that game, he blew up Aiden Hutchinson. And I just can't rationalize where they believe that, hey, if we go big, we go with these two tight ends who just clearly they can't do it. They cannot perform the task that's being asked of them. And we have a guy who has, and they're not doing it. I just look at the whole scheme in general, and I think it's just broken. So my question to you would be, if they called you tomorrow and said, Greg, we're stuck. We don't know the answers to the test here. What would be your suggestion? The first thing you would tell them, hey, if you want to get out of this rut, what would you suggest that they start doing first to make the offense at least look functionable again?
Well, there's a lot there, Frank.
I apologize. I apologize.
There's
I'm
a
just
lot there.
frustrated.
Look, when I talked to Jeff last night and we broke down the tape and we had a longer discussion before we broke down some plays, the question I keep coming up with this offense, because look, Nick Sirianni's been in the league for a while. He's been with Philip Rivers. He's been with really good players. It can't be that he doesn't know things. Same with Kevin Patullo. I know for fans, it's easy to say these guys, oh, it's the coaching, they're terrible. It really can't be that, okay? Which, by the way, I'm not knocking your point. I'm just saying it can't be that these guys have no idea what they're doing. It can't be that. I've been around coaches for many, many years. I've been fortunate enough in my career to sit in meetings, and all these coaches can know, they know what they know, obviously, but what they know they can do a lot with. So the question I kept saying to Jeff, and we didn't have an answer. I don't have an answer, but I'll attempt to try to give you what I think should happen. The question I kept saying was why? Why does their pass game, let's start with their pass game. Why? Why does their pass game look like a ninth grade pass game? I it's a why. I don't know the answer. I'm being honest. I don't know.
Hey, it's Jeff Mosher. And if you have a family and kids at home like me, you always want them to be fully protected. That's why I'm thrilled to be a Simply Safe customer. And our house is equipped with the most technologically advanced alarm system you can get. If you could actually stop someone from breaking into your home before they got inside, why wouldn't you? Traditional security systems only react after a break-in. But Simply Safe is different because it stops crimes before they happen with Active Guard outdoor protection. Their AI-powered cameras detect threats while they're still outside your home, and they alert real security agents. These agents take action while the intruder is still outside and confront the intruder to let them know they're being watched on camera and police is on the way. And that's how you stop a crime before it's committed. There's no long-term contracts or hidden fees. You can cancel anytime, and it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Try it and see the difference for yourself. Do not miss out on Simply Safe's biggest sale of the year, 60% off. Our listeners get 60% off a Simply Safe home security system at simplysafe.com/bird. That's simplysafe.com/bird.
Greg, how you doing?
Hey,
Jeff,
Al.
what's up?
What's
All right,
up?
so two quickies. One, I haven't I asked you a couple of times over the season about Makuba's play, but I haven't asked you in probably about 5 weeks. So I've seen improvement myself. What have you seen from him? And then two, on one of the drives, I can't remember what quarter it was. I think it's second half. The Lions drove down, and it was a fourth down, and Goff threw the pass in the back of the end zone and at somebody's feet, but it was a crosser coming across, that was wide open. Did you see that play?
Oh, yeah.
And was somebody picked because he was wide open? And it seemed like Coop was the one that was behind him.
We broke down that play actually, because I know exactly the play you're talking about. That was the play in which Phillips just beat Penny Sewell right off the edge and forced Goff to have to move to his left and throw the ball way before he wanted to. But the Eagles were in man coverage. It was Brock Wright was the tight end to the left of the formation, Al, and he ran a shallow crosser, and Mitchell was on him, and it was man coverage, and he got caught in the traffic. And if Goff had had time in the pocket, it would have been a walk-in touchdown. But this was the Jalen Phillips factor. Jalen Phillips beat Penny Sewell right off. Jeff knows exactly what I'm talking about. We broke it down. Phillips beat Penny Sewell off the edge. Sewell, I don't even think got a hand on him. It was such a good pass rush, and he forced Goff to move, and Goff didn't have time. But you're right; it would have been a walk-in touchdown.
Okay. And then what have you seen from Makuba in the last couple of weeks? I've seen improvement.
Much better eyes, much better. You can see that he's learning how to play within the context of the Vic Fangio defense. Definite improvement. And by the way, when I say that, that doesn't mean he's never going to make a bad play. People always take this stuff to be 100%. You either love something, you hate something, or if you say a guy's good and then he makes a bad play, well, see, I told you he made a bad play. This is the NFL. But he's much, much better, Al. You can clearly see it. He's much more comfortable. And, that's who he's a really good football player.
Hey, Philly fans, game day is stressful enough. Parking, traffic, long lines. We've all been there. But when it comes to your cannabis, Camden Apothecary makes it easy. This is the dispensary for sports fans, just minutes outside of Philly with plenty of free parking. You'll be in and out fast, no hassle, no waiting. And they don't just care about convenience. Camden Apothecary is all about the guest experience. Their staff makes sure you feel taken care of every time you walk in. Plus, they carry only the best quality cannabis at the fairest prices. So whether you're stocking up for the tailgate, the watch party, or celebrating a big win, you're getting the good stuff without overpaying. They even show love to the community with specials for fans, students, service members, and healthcare pros. Camden Apothecary, top quality cannabis, great prices, and an experience made for Philly fans 21 and up. All right, Al. Thank you. We are going next to somebody asked not to have a question. Oh, Malik, I think was the one. But go ahead. I'm sorry, your name is escaping me. And it doesn't say it in the corner.
It's Mark.
Mark. Thank you. That's right.
Mark.
Sorry about that, Mark.
Yeah. Hey, you have to apologize. I got a new computer, and for some reason they just have my name abbreviated. So yeah, don't worry. Hey, and just so you know, Jeff, my wife doesn't even know my name at times. So
sometimes that could be a good thing,
You're
like,
right. I agree.
When it comes to the honeydew list, if they can't say your name, then you can't do the task.
Yeah, let's go with that. No, she's a sweetie. Hey, Greg, I'll have one of two questions. You can either talk about like Kobe Dean, what you see on tape, or just kind of unpack what's happening with their decision making on fourth downs at the end of the game and just going for it when there's the risk of turning it over in a bad position. And just, I get the idea of going for it, but everything in the game says not in that situation, So whichever one you want to do, or both, whatever.
The second question I can't answer, Mark, because I don't know what's in Nick Sirianni's head.
I get it.
I can't answer that, but I can speak to Nakobe Dean, who I think is playing
Why don't we go with
at
that?
a really, really high level. And he played that way this last 7 or 8 games last year before he got hurt. And now that he's back, I think he's playing terrific football. He's a terrific blitzer, which was one of his strengths coming out of Georgia. Obviously everybody looked at his size as a potential issue, but he plays, I hate this phrase, but it's true, and it's a cliche, plays bigger than his size. But we all saw him this past week when he blitzed and just blew up Montgomery and had the sack on Goff. He's a terrific run defender. He has a great feel. He has a quick trigger. He sees it and goes. I think he's playing terrific football. And since he's come back, he's not the only one. Obviously, Jalen Phillips now playing 2 games is a huge factor. But since Dean has come back, you see clearly that he's playing twice as many snaps as Campbell, and there's reasons for that. So, yeah, I think he's playing great football.
Yeah, and I'll even say that I wouldn't say he gave the sack. I'll actually say that Montgomery sacked, his own
Yeah,
quarterback.
but I mean, he got blown out by
I know
Dean.
what you mean.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
know. Hey, what do you attribute? Do you attribute, like, it just seems like he's faster this year? Is it just because of his, great things before? Do you think he's actually, you know, just worked out better? Because speed wasn't his game as much before, but he
Well,
looks
he's not
fast,
fast
even
in
against the
terms of a full.
receivers.
Hey, I still like a good night out, but I'm not always in the mood to drink. And that's why I looked for a great alternative and I found one. It's called Soul's Out of Office Gummies. You get the same light, happy buzz, but you don't have the hangover. There's no sugar, and you don't get that awkward feeling the next morning. They help me unwind and ease into my evening without the alcohol or the next day fog. Soul is a wellness brand that believes feeling good should be fun and easy. Soul specializes in delicious hemp-derived THC and CBD products designed to boost your mood and help you unwind. Their best-selling out-of-office gummies were designed to provide a mild, relaxing buzz, boost your mood, and enhance your creativity and relaxation. With 5 different strengths, you can tailor the dose to fit your vibe. From a gentle 1.5 milligram microdose to their newest 15 milligram gummy for a more elevated experience. They've also got a variety of products specifically designed to help you get a better night's rest, including Soul's top selling sleep gummy, a fan favorite for deep restorative sleep. So bring on the good vibes and treat yourself to Soul today. Right now, Soul is offering our audience 30% off your entire order. So go to getsoul.com and use the code BIRDS, BIRDS. That's getsoul.com, promo code BIRDS for 30% off.
He's not fast. Yeah, he also had a great play where he ran with Gibbs on a wheel
I
route.
know, I saw
Yeah.
that.
He's a classic case, and you hear this all the time in the scouting community. We all say it when we watch players, and then we see them at the combine, and they don't run a fast 40. He plays faster than his time speed. It might sound cliched, but you can clearly notice it when you watch tape that some guys play fast. And that could be a mental thing that then translates to physical play, or who knows the answer, but they just seem to play faster on the field than they do when you put a stopwatch on them from a track stance, which is not football.
Yeah, I mean, when you have great instincts and you know where to be, TJ Edwards is a good example of a guy who plays faster than his time speed once he understood the defense and he could get to his spots. Like Nakobe Dean didn't defend Gibbs because he's just as fast. He took a great angle and got to where he needed to be. So the shortest point between two distances, right, is a straight line, and he was really good with that. So good question, though. Really good stuff.
Very quick point is you see that a lot with wide receivers. I remember being at the combine years and years ago when Anquan Bolden ran a 4.72, and there was an audible sigh in the dome in Indianapolis as if, oh my God, this guy can't play in the NFL, and he's a borderline Hall of Famer. So you see that a lot with certain kinds of guys.
So thanks, everybody. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Take care.
Good night.